In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to run Facebook and Instagram ad in 2026. This is going to be a complete walkthrough where I'm going to take you by the hand and show you exactly what you need to do, how do you need to do it, the button you need to press, the setting you need to select, every single thing that you need. So if you want to learn how to run Facebook and Instagram ad in 2026, make sure you watch this video to the end because this is going to be a complete game changer. Let's go. As you can see from my dashboard, there are several adverts I am running. The other day I posted a screenshot of over 78 different campaigns that has spent over 8 million naira. That is to show you that whatever I'm going to be teaching you here is not something that I read on Google or on ChatGPT. No. What I'm going to show you are the secrets that I'm already using myself to be able to learn, run, and get better results with my Facebook advert. So if you are ready to do that, make sure you stick to this video and let's start. When you come to running Facebook ad, the first thing, of course, is to make sure that you have the elements that is needed. For instance, you need to have a Facebook page. If you don't have a Facebook page, please create one. There are several videos on YouTube, and I will even link a video I did on the description that will show you how to create a Facebook page. The next thing you need to do, you need to be able to have an ad budget. You need to have a creative, that is a video or image. You need to have an ad copy. Now, all of these things are something you can easily do for yourself, and some of them I will probably explain during this video. Once you have all of this, and of course your budget, you need to have money that you use for ad. Once you have all of this, you are actually good to go. The first thing you do when you come here is to make sure that you know the type of advert you want to run. Do you want to run a WhatsApp ad? Do you want to run an instant form ad? Do you want to run an advert that is sending people to your website? Do you want to send people to Messenger? You need to be very clear on the purpose and the type of advert you want to run. However, for most business owners, I always recommend two different type of ad. Number one is either you are generating lead. So you generate all these lead, you tell them to give you their contact detail, and when they do that, you either pick up your phone and call them, you either send them SMS or you send them an email. But whichever way you are using, you are simply generating lead. That means you are not making sales instantly. However, if you don't want to go with that method, that means you are going to be selling directly on Facebook. So you're going to be running advert that is sending people to go and buy your product. Right now, I still have that kind of advert, and I have the lead generation ad, which is one of the most powerful way I use to make sales online. So if you determine you want to run lead generation ad, that is okay. If you want to run sales ad, that is still fine. However, if you're selling these two products and you are selling a product between 50K and above, I strongly don't recommend that you sell the product directly. The truth is, even you watching this video, you can tell yourself the truth. When last did you see a 70,000 naira advert or maybe $100 product, a digital product, and you just clicked and swipe your card and buy? Most times it is always difficult. You must have known the person in some way. The person must have given you value in some way. You must have seen the person over and over again on your timeline before you now begin to even trust the person, and then you now start buying products from him or her. And this is where a solid personal brand, it is important. You see, if you are in this game and you want to make quick sale, that means you want to run advert and make sale today and just get profit tomorrow, I would recommend that you seriously consider physical product. The truth is, with physical product, I don't even need to open my social media handle. I just need to go to my ad account, create an advert, and tell people to order. Especially in Nigeria, we do payments on delivery. Just place your order. We're going to bring the product, and they can place order today. You can call them today. You can deliver even today or maybe tomorrow, and they will give you money tomorrow. So you see how fast it is when you are selling a physical product. But if you want to do digital product, this is the problem. The way you sell physical product is not the same way you sell digital product, and that is the problem most people don't understand. You want to go with digital product and you want to use the physical product way to sell it. It doesn't work that way at all. You have to be able to build your brand, nurture these people, build the trust, and you see that making sale tends to become easy. Since the beginning of this year, I can't count any day that I don't do 50 sales for my digital product. Why? Because I have taken time to pull all this lead. I'm talking about thousands of lead, and I am always strengthening my follow up. I'm not one of those people that generate lead and I cannot follow them up. I'm always following them up, either with SMS, either with WhatsApp, either with email, and sometimes I even hire sales closers because this is your business. You have to take it very seriously. Sales closers will call on them, close them on the phone, and they make payments. Whatever method you are using, the goal is to make sale. Just like I said the other day, I would rather do the hard work and make lots and lots of sales than always chasing the easy way, and I'm still always going to be struggling with sale. It doesn't make sense. The goal is to make sale. The method you use to make the sale does not really matter. What matters is that at the end of the day, sales are coming in massively, and that is why I host Sales Hack Conference anyway. So once you do that, you know that you want to run ad, you just click on this create. And right here, we have different objectives. We have the awareness objective. That is that kind of objective that big company like Coca-Cola are using. They just want to create awareness, or maybe MTN, or maybe Airtel. Of course, they can't tell you to go to their website and buy something. They just want to create awareness so that when you think about using maybe a network, this network comes to your mind. When you think about drinking a soda, this company comes to your mind. That is just awareness. You can do that as a small business owner, but you have to be careful. You don't have all the fund in the world to do that. So there is a certain way you actually do it if you want to just create more awareness for yourself. Okay, if you want to just create more awareness for yourself. So what we're going to do right now is we're not going to go with awareness. We're not going to go with traffic, because traffic is mostly for bloggers. The people that are blogging, they just want to send a lot of traffic to their sales, maybe their blog, so that people can read it and all of that. And we're not going to go with engagement, because engagement is for people that maybe need a lot of engagement on their post. They need comments, they need like, they need sharing. That is what engagement is about. We're not going to go with that. The only two objectives I recommend for business owners are leads and sales. Of course, app promotion is always rare. I mean, how many people create app? But if you create app and you want to promote your application, please go with app promotion. But I'm going to go with either lead or sales. For the purpose of this ad, I am going to go with lead. And if I go with lead, I can either decide to run the lead to my website, or I can use instant form, or I can actually use WhatsApp. So I'm going to go with lead right here. And I'm going to click continue. And right here is going to show me two things. Do I want to use tailored lead campaign, or do I want to use manual lead campaign? Let's go with it. Create your campaign in 4 steps using the tailored lead campaign. It's preset with built-in best practices to help you get the best lead at best value. Well, sometimes they speak this English, but do they really mean it? They don't. Manual, create a lead campaign from scratch for final control over all settings. I love this one because I want to be able to tell Facebook what I want it to do for me. Yeah, of course, some places it is okay for you to give them 100% control, but most times I want to be able to dictate what happened on my advert. When I do that, the first thing I do here is to name it. I'm going to name this lead ad test. Why? Because this is just a test. Obviously, I'm not wanting to create the ad, or I can decide to just create May plan ad. Okay, let me name this May plan ad. And I will go. This first thing I do here is I'm going to switch. Sometimes it will be at this campaign budget. Most time I always go with ad set budget. You probably don't need to know the difference if you are new, so that you don't get confused. But if you must know the difference, campaign budget means you are giving Facebook opportunity and control to allocate your budget across different ads that is working. But for me, I am going to go with asset budget, meaning I am giving myself control on how much each advert is going to spend. What that means is that if you don't check your adverts regularly, you might be spending money on adverts that is not working. But then because you did not use campaign budget, the money will still be spending. If you use campaign budget, if you create 5 ads and 2 is working, Facebook is going to push most of your budget on those 2 that is working and leave the 3 that is not working. Now you might say, isn't that a good thing? Well, it is a good thing, but for me, I like to use ad set budget. So it depends on what you want to use. You can even test both of them and see which one gives you the best result, and you stick with it. I like to turn off this share some of your budget with other ad sets. I like to just turn that off. Now, once I do that, I'm going to click on next, and I'm going to the ad sets column. I'm just going to name this May Plan Lead. Okay. I'm going to name this May Plan Lead. Now, when I do that, I'm going to now go to conversion location, and I will click instant form. I like to use instant form because of the purpose of the advert I want to run. Remember, your purpose determines what you use. For instance, when you come here, there is a website, there is instant form. So I like to use instant form here. And of course, I'm going to select the page that I want to use, which in case is this one. Now, if you select your page and if you are using instant form, if you have not accepted the meta lead terms and condition, they will ask you to accept that terms and condition. So you view the terms and then you just accept it, and that is it. Let's proceed to the next one. Maximum number of lead, that is the performance goal. I like to go with maximum number of lead, not maximum number of conversion lead. Well, the two different actually. If I'm selling a high ticket product, I want to make sure that I get the highest quality. So I would like to go with maximum number of conversion lead. That is if I'm selling maybe a high price product, but the product I'm selling is within low ticket and middle ticket. So I want to get as much lead as possible while still retaining quality. Does not mean that you're going to just be getting a bunch of people. Of course, there are things that we do in the form that Facebook gives us that will help us chase away unserious people. See, this advert is selling something. This is not the kind of advert that tell you to come and get something for free. No, this advert is selling something, and even our ad copy is going to say, this advert is selling something, this is the amount, and if you are ready to pay for that amount, fill in the form, our team will contact you. That is what we're trying to do right here. It's not one of those adverts that say, oh, we're hosting free training, we are giving free templates, we are giving you free checklist, you'll be able to get free consultation. No, it's not those one. Of course, that kind of advert still works, just that you have to now do a lot of work, because you'll be able to attract lots of people that are not really serious. They need free things, there are freebies and all of that, which is still fine, because people might come in your business today for free, but along line, maybe 2 months later, they will start thinking, this person that have been giving me value, it's like this person understand how to solve this problem. Let me even pay him this amount. Let me even pay her this amount and see how she can help me. You see, now that you've been able to convert somebody that came in for a free thing to be able to pay you. However, that method is kind of hard, is kind of stressful, but with this method, you are going to only get people that are ready to pay, because we are telling them you are not getting anything for free. This is a paid offer. So you have read the terms, you've seen the price. If you are willing to pay, fill in the form and our customer team will reach you. So when they fill in the form and customer team reaches them, they are not asking you, is it free? I thought you said it's free. There was no place who said it's free. Do you understand? That means we are only attracting people who are willing to spend money for whatever issue they have. So that is the purpose of this ad, and let's proceed. The next thing I do here is just to go down to the budget, and like I always say, please use a budget that you can afford to lose. Let's put it that way. Sometimes when you use maybe 10,000 naira for a start, if 10,000 naira goes for one campaign and you don't get a result, will you cry? Will you be able to let it go? If not, you better use what you are able to lose. When I'm starting, most times, that means when I'm testing new adverts, I tend to just use 2,000. Why is that? Because I can easily scale it, but I want to make sure that it is working. If it is not working, okay, maybe it's just 2,000, that's fine. I can let 2,000 go. But if you use maybe 20,000 naira here and the advert run for like 24 hours and it didn't work, hope you know that your 20,000 naira is gone and you did not get the result. I don't think it's a wise idea, especially if you don't have all the money in the world. So you can start with 2,000, you can start with 3,000, you can even start with 1,500. I'm telling you, most people that do not have money, you say, why are you not running ad? You say, you do not have money to run ad. It's not true sometimes. You have, it's 1,500, 1,600, 1,700 for the entire day. Facebook will run your one campaign. At least start from there, build the momentum. You see me launching 78 ad, but did you know that was a time I was spending 700 naira per day? That was when Facebook was allowing us to run adverts with 700. We were spending 700 naira per day. We were spending 1,000 naira per day. We were spending 1,002 before now dollar rose up and we were able to now start spending 1,600 as minimum. See, if you don't have money, start with what you have. Some even in content creation, I always say, if you don't have good camera, just start with what you have first. If you don't have good lighting, step out, use the natural light. That means the sunlight, and do your video. I mean, there are hundreds of people or even thousands that they just stay outside, hold their phone and just shoot a video and post. And you see them get thousands of views. So there is really no excuse here. Okay, let's go. The next thing here is schedule. February 3rd. If you want your advert to start February 4th, any date you choose actually, so you can choose it. Maybe you don't have the 4th now, so you don't want the advert to start now. You can tell Facebook, I want my advert to start on February 10th. All right, for instance, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to choose February 3. And for the time, this is where you can change the time. Maybe you can say 3 a.m. in the morning. You see, I recommend that you allow your advert to start early in the morning. Don't start it in the evening. Allow it to start early in the morning so that you can have enough time for the advert to run during the day. Because in the night, most people are asleep. Even though there are some sales that will still be coming in the night, but most people are actually asleep in the night. All right, so let the advert run during the day. Okay, what we're going to do now, I'm just not going to put any time per se here. Let's proceed. The next thing I will do is, but you can actually put your time if you are running your own ad. All right, remember this is a test ad. The next thing I will do is to choose my location, which is Nigeria. If you are selling a physical product, you can choose only the location that you can deliver that physical product. But if you're selling a digital product, why not choose the entire Nigeria? It is online. You can easily send it, whether somebody buy from Ogun State, from Abuja, from Lagos. You can always send it online, and location is not a barrier at all. And I'm telling you now that if you put Nigeria, you are probably going to reach more people that have potential of buying from you. So you can see the estimated budget here, 20 million to 24 million. That is a lot. That is a lot. That means what this advantage has is that if you eventually get an advert that is working, it's not going to take a long time before the advert stop working because your audience is not tiny. However, if you're targeting just one state and probably you are spending a lot of money, it's not going to be long before the adverts recycle and reach most people that need your product. That's when you start expressing fatigue as much as possible. There are certain adverts I'm running that have given me thousands and thousands of leads, one campaign, and it has not stopped working because the audience was in millions. Okay, so broader audience, Facebook favors it very well. All right. Next thing we're going to do here is we're going to click audience suggestion. Please, if you're running ad in 2026, don't switch to original audience option. Don't do that. Allow your Advantage Plus audience to give you that advantage. Why? With this Advantage Plus audience, you are leveraging on Facebook AI, and AI is now very smart. It's no longer even whether it's smart or not. AI is now very smart. So you are leveraging on the advantage that AI has, the algorithm, the smartness of it. They will find you buyers. I am promising you, they are going to find you buyers as long as your ad copy and your video is good enough and your offer is very good. The offer is an important thing actually. So I'm going to click on audience suggestion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest to AI, the algorithm, the kind of people I need. Take note, I am not going to give them exactly people I need. This is just a suggestion because you cannot actually give them that audience. You are actually suggesting to them. If you wanted to maybe give them the audience, this is where you now switch to original. But I no longer use it in 2026 because AI is already here to help us. So we're going to choose the age. Sometimes you say, I don't want 18-year-old to see my advert. I want 25 to 60. You can do that. Absolutely, you can do that. But remember that the more you remove this age, you see, it was at 20 million to 24. Now it's at 15 million to 17 million. All right. But sometimes I'm weird. Sometimes I just leave this age open. I don't want to change anything in the age. All right, I just leave it like that. It is now back to 20 million. Okay. For the gender, two things. You can choose men. You can choose women. Or you can choose all of them. It depends on you. All right, it depends on you. Detailed targeting. This is where most people are stuck. So I'm going to tell you what to do here. When you come here, you can do two things. You can leave this place blank. That is, you are using zero targeting. And I guarantee you, it's actually one of the things that is working right now. I saw a survey online, one of the best Facebook advertisers. He was doing a survey and he said, which targeting option gives you the best result on Facebook ad? The first one was zero targeting. That is, you don't put anything here. The second one was interest-based targeting. That means you put the interest here. The third one was custom audiences, that is lookalike and retargeting. I tell you this, that 60% of that survey chose zero targeting. 60%. Do you know what it means for a 60% to do that? It means all over the world, people are getting results with zero targeting. All over the world. It's a global thing. It's no longer a region specific. All over the world, people are using zero targeting to get the best result. However, don't neglect interest-based targeting and lookalike. Why? Because there are 40% that is left. 40% is still a huge number to neglect. So you have to pay attention to all of them. That's why I say, as a pro Facebook advertiser, you have to be able to use all of them to your own advantage. As you are using zero targeting, you are still able to use interest based. You are still able to create lookalike audience, to use lookalike audience to get results for yourself. Now, the question is, how do you do that? Well, the first thing is this. If you want to create advert, let your first advert be zero targeting. Just leave it open. Then, after you are done creating the advert, you can now duplicate it and use other ones. So let's proceed. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, this is zero targeting, so I'm not going to put anything here. And I'll just proceed to placement. This is the last part of ad sets. Placement, and I'm going to edit placement. There are two things: advantage plus placement, which is recommended, or manual placement. See, anytime you see advantage plus, it simply means you are giving Facebook control, because you know that their AI is smart. You want to leverage on their AI to get results. So that is what the advantage plus placement means. Meaning, I'm not going to tell Facebook where to show my ad. I want Facebook to determine where best to show my ad. Look at the results you are getting and say, oh, I can see that it's only Instagram that results are coming from. I can see that the results are coming from Facebook mostly. Let's push the advert mostly on Facebook. That is what this advantage plus audience is going to do for us. Advantage plus placement. But if you want to go with manual placement, it means Facebook, I want to be in control of where you show my advert. I want to be able to manually select which platform I want my advert to show. So I'm going to do that right away. You can even select devices. Let's see. I want my advert not to show on desktop, which means laptop, because I know that not many people are using laptop to access Facebook, and most people that are using laptop, they don't even buy products. So most sales come from mobile, so I want my advert to show only on mobile. Then you uncheck the desktop. You see it now? You uncheck the desktop. Then when it comes to platform, this is devices now. This one is platform. I want my advert to show only on Facebook and Instagram. I want to uncheck audience network. I don't understand what is audience network. I don't know how that one will help me or my business. I don't want my advert to show there. You uncheck it. Oh, Facebook. I hear that people on Facebook are broke. They don't have money to pay for the kind of product I'm selling. I don't want my advert to show on Facebook. You uncheck it. What we are doing here is that you are manually controlling where your advert will show, which is not worst. All right, but look at what it says now. You could get better results with Advantage Plus placements for one ad set. Listen, not all Facebook recommend is what you are going to do. However, I actually agree with them that when I am confused, when I am a newbie, when I don't know much about Facebook ad, I should just simply leave it at Advantage Plus. All right, I should just simply leave it at Advantage Plus because Facebook AI is already smart. I can promise you they're already smart. If you launch your advert now, they are not going to, for instance, if you are selling a product to men, they are not going to show most of your advert to women because the ad copy, what you said in that ad copy, with what you said in the video or in the image, they already know that your advert needs to go to men. I am telling you this because I have run adverts where I chose both gender, and when I go and analyze my results and see where the most results are coming, they show me that the most results are coming from women. So they are showing most of my advert to women and not to men because they have seen what happened in the ad copy, what I said in the video, and they know that the advert is targeted to women, even though I chose this Advantage Plus placement. So this is how this thing works. You need to be able to do all of this, and I did. And I always mention, please don't be in a hurry when you are doing this. The ad set column is one of the most important column. You don't want to be in a hurry that you mistakenly maybe sometime your budget here might be around 21,000 in default. They might leave it at 21,000 and you don't edit it. Then when you launch the advert, you add 5,000, they will sweep it. You add 5,000, they will sweep it. And you start wondering, why is the money going in? It's because you did not manually edit your budget. You left it at the default, which is sometimes more than 21,000 naira per day. That's because you are in a hurry. You didn't calm down to look at it. There are certain things you need to do, or maybe your location is in Kenya and you are targeting other countries. You start running the ad and no result is coming because your location is in Kenya and you want to reach people in Kenya. However, your country that is placing your advert is another country, maybe Nigeria, maybe Ghana, maybe Zimbabwe, maybe Tanzania, maybe Europe. So you want to be able to pay good attention and go through it over and over again and make sure that everything is fine before you can now click on next, and we go to the ad column. Now the ad column is where you put the ad copy, the video, the headline, the website link, the call to action, and all of those things. So literally, this is how I look at it. The campaign column is where you choose the purpose of the campaign. The ad set column is where you choose everything about who sees the ad. Who? Are they women? Are they men? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they people who are interested in cats? Are they people who are interested in online marketing? Who see the ad? You choose it in the ad set column. The ad column is where you put what they see on their timeline. Exactly what they see on their timeline is what you're going to put in the ad column. So let's go there. We're going to name this again. May plan ad example. All right. May plan ad example. May plan ad example. Next thing we do, the page is already selected. So we're going to, for Instagram, you can use the same page on Facebook, or you can connect your account. If you want to learn how to connect your account, look at the video in the description so that you can do that. Now, there are two steps. You can create an ad, or you can use existing posts. For this advert we're creating, we want to be able to create an ad. So we are creating our advert from scratch, okay? And we are going to create adverts with a single image or video, not carousel. Carousel is one of those ads that Jumia Temu, all those e-commerce platform create, so that as you are swiping to the left, you can be seeing different products showing you. But that's not the purpose of this ad. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn off this multi-advertiser ad, and we're going to, for this, because it's instant form, you will be required to create a form. Please, if you want to learn how to create a form, look at the video in the description that I've done, so I'm not going to go with that again. The next thing we'll do is to select that form. If you have created different form, you're going to see all the instant form here. So I can choose to select this one, and you must name your form something you can remember so that it does not confuse you where you are selecting it. Or I can choose to go with this first one. Okay. The next thing I will do now is to click on Setup Creative. Do you want to use image or video? Look, I can tell you in 2026, let most of your advert be video. Again, there was a survey that they did. Which of these format gives you the best result? Is it video, is it image, or is it carousel? Over 70% said it was video that gives them the best result. And it is very, very obvious. Videos retain more attention on Facebook. Videos retain more attention on Instagram, because videos, you are going to see something that will be moving, unlike an image that is just static. Videos is even more engaging than an image. I mean, you know all these things. With videos, you can tell a compelling story. With videos, you can evoke emotion. The way you are talking, you are even listening to me and you're seeing the way I am talking with energy, and you're probably beginning to trust me. This is what video does for you. But with image, nobody will even know that you can communicate. Nobody will know. So you do video and you use it to run ad. You can do talking head, you can do voiceover just like I'm doing. It doesn't really matter. But most times, talking head actually tends to work very well. So I'm going to go with video ad, and I'm going to choose a particular video. What I do in my business, because I know that video ad is very important, I hired several staff that shoot videos. Your work is just to shoot videos, because I don't want to run out of video that I use for my ad. It is very important. You must not even be the one on camera. You can hire people to do that for you. All right. So I'm going to choose this ad, and I'm clicking next. I'm clicking skip and continue. I'm clicking next again. And this is where you put in the ad copy. This is where you put in the ad copy. Now, what is an ad copy? It can just be a text that you put on your ad that people will read before they now even click on buy. So you must have written the ad copy right before now. And if you want to, most time I use AI to write my copies. Let me give you a clip of maybe how I would do that. For example, let me give you a clip. Okay. So I could decide to go to my Claude, and I can say craft a compelling. Now this prompt is just an example prompt, so you can emphasize on it. Selling a 30-day weight loss meal plan for 3K instead of 5K, and 10 bonuses for the first 5 persons. So you can decide to make the prompt longer or not. It doesn't really matter, but you have to make sure that you get a prompt, get your copy ready, edit what needs to be edited, and make sure that it is ready before you can get to that point. So you know that feeling when you look in the mirror and just feel heavy, not just physically but emotionally, like you're carrying around this extra weight that is stealing your confidence, your energy, blah 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 blah. So when you give you all of this, and you look at it and you say that, oh, this is okay, you can just copy it. If you need some editing, you can open your Google Doc and edit. Like now you said, put in your link, for instance. You can put in that link and say, click here to order now. So let me go and get my link. For instance, I can get my link right here and just put it right there. Okay, yeah, this is the link. But remember that this is an instant form, so we are not actually sending people away from Facebook. We are going to tell them to fill in those forms. So I can tell them, instead of this link, I can tell them, click the order now button to fill in your details. Like I can literally tell them what they need to do, and we will call you. All right, so I can literally do that. For this order now button, I would like to make it caps lock. I like to make it capital letter so that it will be obvious. All right, so our ad copy is ready. Of course, you need to look at the copy very well and see if there's something you need to edit, if there's something that is not aligning with what you are selling. But our copy is ready, so I'm going to copy it and put right here. I'm going to copy it and put right here. Of course, you can decide to edit it very well. Just give some white spaces so that it can be easily read without. So just edit it very well and make sure you edit your copy very well. And let's proceed to another thing. Okay. Now the last thing here is the headline. So I'm going to also tell AI. I use AI for almost everything copy. I'm going to tell AI to craft one line headline for it. So it's going to give me a one-line headline. And then I copy the headline and I will use for my ad. Let me do that again. Okay, so the headline is here. I'm going to go in here and just put it right here. I lost 8 kg in 30 days without starving myself. Here's the exact meal plan I used. Now, but this is very long, so I'm going to tell it to make it 10 words. 10 words. So it's going to give me the shorter version of it. So I'm going to use it and just 30-day meal plan that messed up. So I can just do that and put it right there. So you see how easy this is. I'm going to click next and I'm going to click done. And voila, you can see that our ad copy is here and our video is here. The next thing we're going to do now is to just choose our order button. Remember I told them to click order now. So I'm going to click call to action. It should be, I hope we do have order now. Okay, for this ad, we're going to use get offer because that is the available one here. But there are some adverts will be run. You see order now. So I'm going to change this to get offer. You want to make sure that you tell them exactly what they will see. You don't say click on learn more and use get offer. It's going to confuse them. So you're going to tell them exactly where you want them to click. This is where they are going to see this get offer and they will be able to click on it and it takes them to the form. See what we said here. Click the get offer button to fill in your detail and we will call you. So when they click on this form, when they click on this get offer, if it does not take them to the form, then you're already making a mistake. So you must tell them exactly what they will see, because that is the first level of trust. For instance, you tell them click on get offer and it will take you to the form. If they click get offer and it takes them somewhere else, you've already breached the trust, and it's just going to be hard for them to even start trusting you to buy from you. So when we do that, we are literally almost done. However, there are things that I will talk to you about. If I don't want this to be the thumbnail, which means I don't want them to be seeing something like this, I want them to see something like food. Since we are selling meal plan, I can edit this and add a thumbnail. So I'll click on edit media, edit video, thumbnails, manual, and I will upload that particular image that I want myself. I have several of them, but I can choose to find one that is compelling. I can use this one. Click continue, click save. So this is what they are going to see. You see now it have already changed here. Don't mind this one. This one is just preview, but this is what they are going to see, exactly how it is now. When they now click on the video, the woman will start now talking. You see why this is important actually is that you can literally use one video and make people see that video as different videos on Facebook. That means you use one, you are using one picture, you use another one, you are using one. It's still the same video, just that you are going to be changing the thumbnails. I have seen this dramatically help me get better results. As simple as that can help you get more results for your ad. Okay, when you do that, I want you to go back to the campaign column, look at everything from scratch, because sometimes you might make mistake and you will not know. Look at everything from scratch. Everything, look at everything. Make sure that, oh, everything is how you wanted it to be. You selected the things you need and all of that before you can now publish your ad. You see now, when I was talking to you about the budget, I changed this to 2,000. I changed it to 21,000. I'm going to rechange it again. And voila, I am now going to publish. Everything is how I want it to be. So I'm now going to just go ahead and publish. However, for the purpose of this ad, I would like to, this ad copy is good. This ad copy is good. You can just go ahead and just hit publish right here. The ad is publishing. Remember that I mentioned when you use zero targeting, you can decide to use interest targeting again, because you don't just use zero targeting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find that ad. Or I can just type it here. I think I used, okay, let me find it. Okay, I'm looking for the ad that I just published now so that I can. You see, that's why I'm saying when you have too many ads, especially someone like me that run lots and lots of ads. Now you might wonder, why not just delete the ad since it is no longer running? Well, I don't always like to delete my ad though, because sometimes, I guess it's this ad, sometimes I look at the ad again to see what I can model from it. So if it is this ad, I'm not going to hit duplicate. You see duplicate to original setup. Now, because I want to test different audience, for instance, I want to test 3 different audience, I'm going to duplicate it to 3. What this is going to do for me is that it's going to turn that advert into 3 copies, just like you are photocopying something. You say, how many copies do you need? You need 5 copies. It's going to photocopy this advert into 3 different places. So for each of those ads, I am now going to change only the audience by selecting different keyword, so that when I run the advert, I might come back 48 hours later and see that two of those audience are working, but one is not working. You know what? You know what just happened now? Because I was able to test more audiences, I have not been able to get two more ads that are working. However, if I stick to that zero audience alone, what if that one do not even work? Or what if it is working? It means I only have one ad. So I'm going to hit duplicate right here. And for this, where do you change the audience? Remember, it's in the assets column. So you just go down. I'm not going to change every other thing. No, I'm only going to change the audience. Go down to this detail targeting, hit it, and select a particular audience. Select a particular audience. Go to this second one, hit it, select another audience, different keyword. Forget that you are seeing it here. You can actually type, oh, I want to target online marketers. You can type it and it will show you online marketing, people that are interested in online marketing. I want to target them. You can see that you can choose it, but please make sure that you choose only one that has interest, not field of study, not job titles, only the one that has interest, because we want to target people that are interested in a keyword, not people that are working as online marketers, people that are interested. All right. So I'm going to click on that and go to the third one. And I'm just going to type, for instance, I want to target people that are interested in property. You see how I'm using different keyword here, so that to show you that you can decide to type anything that you need. Remember what I said, don't target job titles, only use one that are interest. I want to target people that are interested in real estate, for instance. But you and I know that real estate does not have anything to do with the weight loss meal plan. So what do? I'm going to now choose fitness. And you see different keywords that are associated to fitness, fitness awareness, men's fitness, muscle and fitness, anytime fitness, physical fitness. You can always decide to target any of them because they have this interest. All right. If you want to look at the size, you can see the size here. You can see the size right here. 1 billion to 1.2 billion. So you can see all the sizes, and then you can decide to target anyone that you want. Okay, when you do that finish, you just go back to this X and click on close. This advert is in draft because you have not published it, but I want to show you how to publish the entire 3 adverts once. Those 3 adverts that you duplicated, I want to show you how to publish 3 of them once without publishing one after the other, one after the other. This will help you because assuming that you photocopied that advert, that's duplicate, into 10. If you want to be publishing one after the other, that means you are going to publish 10 different ads separately. But there are easy ways you can select all the 10 ads and publish them at once. How do you do that? Make sure that you select from the campaign column. Come to this campaign column. You make sure that the 3 adverts that you duplicated are selected. So you see these 3 selected. You come back to the ad set column. You see this. These are the 3 ads. You select it. You also come to the ad column and you select those 3. Please make sure that you follow this very well. You select those 3. When you do that, look at what is happening. The campaign column, 3 selected. Ad set column, 3 selected. Ad column, 3 selected. So what are those 3 that you actually selected? The same 3 adverts that remember that we gave 3 different keywords, right? Now, when we do that, we're going to now hit on this edits. You see all these ads is selected now. When you hit publish, you are publishing 3 of them. If it is 5 adverts, you select 5 of them. When you hit publish, you are publishing 5 of them. So this is the easiest way to publish multiple adverts at once. You don't need to be publishing one after the other. It is stressful and it is time wasting. So this is complete Facebook ad strategy training that will show you exactly how to create your advert easily without having any issue. I hope you've been able to get massive value from this video, and if you like this video, please subscribe, turn on notification bell. I am here for you. I am giving you loads of value that people charge you millions for. So you need to subscribe, hit the like button, and just turn on notification bell so that the next video I will post, you'll be able to get notification for it. If you like this video, I hope to see you in the next video that is showing on your screen right now. Bye for now.